Hi everyone, just a small scene that I wanted to put together and see how the tessellation works. I am in 5.4 Unreal Engine and I just wanted to test it and see it for myself on how I can utilize it in some of my packs that I will be offering. And I basically put together a master material and I wanted to be able to have a couple of layers for the landscape, but I wanted the tool to be, kind of light and not as complicated. So I will share how I set this up together, also how to enable all the nanite so you can actually see these changes in real time with the tessellation. And I will post those commands and instructions below the post. But here I just wanted to show you that if I go into my material, and I'll show you guys what I have. It's really, really simple. So I basically have 4 different texture sets, and each texture set that I have is connected to the landscape coordinates. And then from here, I basically connect all the UVs to each texture set, which is the your color, the albedo, the normal, and then the AORM, which is your ambient occlusion, your roughness, and metallic. So that basically is fed into my make material attributes. And then for each layer, I just repeated that process. And then eventually those will go into a landscape layer blend. So what this is going to do, it's going to allow you to add these individual sets that you have into this section. And you just, the one important thing is you need to make sure that whatever you name them should be the same in your landscape layer blend. So that basically, again, takes all the information from all these layers, and then I'm feeding that into a break material attribute. Then again, I'm connecting my base color, the roughness, my normal, the ambient occlusion, and then the displacement to displacement. And the most important thing here is that I basically have all my channels correctly connected, and then the AORM, the blue, goes into displacement, as you can see. So very, very simple. I will basically open up the instant material that I have created for this. I'll just wait here for a sec. So here, if I basically go in and double click on my material instance, I've organized them, as you can see here, texture set A, B, C, and D. And let's say I basically have this grass, and maybe I just want to make it a little bigger. So here I am basically going to switch to my landscape mode, go into paint, and I already added all the layer info here. So if this is blank, all you need to do is just select layer info. And then we have this texture set, which is here my grass. So if I basically just paint here, you can see that now I can paint that, or I can select this material and then, start adding, let me see here, start adding this texture set onto the ground, and you can obviously change your brush size and tool strength, and you can kind of decide how you want this laid out. But if we go back into my layers here, I basically have here tiling. So it's really easy. If you basically open up the file and you are painting the ground, but you want the grass to be larger, so all you need to do is just make sure that you know that you have the texture set D, for example, in this case. And I'm going to go into my tiling, and for D, I can basically go in and make these changes now to that particular texture set. So all the UVs will change as I am making this change. I'm going to just go higher. So let's say that's what you want. I'm going to hit that and then go back to selection. I'm going to select my landscape and then details, and I want to make sure that I rebuilt this data. So now if I hit play, you can see that the tessellation makes a huge difference. So I will show you guys an example. So let me stop here, for example. And again, I want to be able to go in and really detail my master material. This is actually very, very simple. Nothing really crazy about it, but I want to be able to actually create some masks. So if I was to, for example, go into my landscape and then under paint, if I just want to like fill the entire thing with grass, then I would be able to actually create some alpha maps and then control how it's actually blending into the next one. So let me just zoom into this area right now. You can see the tessellation. So I'm just gonna basically go back to my master material. And then if I go to Nanite, you can see that I have that enable tessellation. And then the magnitude, I'm gonna set this to 0. Hit save. And now it's gonna update, and you can see that there is no longer any tessellation. It still looks great. Quixel has provided us with amazing textures, and I think these have always worked amazing for all the projects that I've worked with. But unfortunately, if you wanted to get low in gaming, or if you're doing some sort of animation, I think this helps tremendously, and it's very, very exciting. So I'm going to set this to 0.6. Hit save. And now you can see that we're getting a lot more information. Obviously, if you get close to it, you can see some of the stretching, but I still feel that this is really visually appealing. It just helps so very, very much. Right now, my tiling is controlling actually each individual texture set, but I want to make them so I have a way to control them individually. I haven't done that yet. But let's say if I do my tiling right now, it affects everything. So I just want to rework my material and just be able to have that type of control. And this is a small little scene, really. I do have one rock piece that I've duplicated, and this was really for testing purposes. And it's very, very exciting. Again, I'm using 5.4, and I will include some of the Nanite commands and some of the files that you need to update in the comment below. And I will also share this file. If you want to download this file, you can get it. I also have a couple other materials that I'm making. Maybe an auto material where it actually spawns everything for you. And then I also have some water, backdrop, and other materials that I'm really excited to get going. I am still new to materials. It's only been maybe a few years of working with very talented artists, and I've learned a lot. But also, of course, tutorials help. And these days, there's no excuse. If you want to learn something, we have more than you can imagine. If you wanted to really sit and do some tests. But again, this is just a small little scene. Wanted to share my progress and tell you that I'm really excited on where things are going with Unreal, and it's only going to get better. So have a great weekend, guys, and I'll speak to you on the next video.